So leveraging AI, because, historically, if you want to do that, to your point, okay, I've got to go to my data team. I got to get them to stand up a dashboard. I've got to say, I want to know this, this, and this. I start to look at that. Oh, I've got 3 more questions. I got to go back to them, ask them to add those parameters. So just explain to me, from the chair you're sitting in as an executive, what was different about the experience? Because I assume you're taking data about those channels, you're putting it into an AI capability to interact with. So tell me what that was like.
It really comes down to time to impact. And like, all you're trying to do as a business leader in any company is make the best decision to solve the biggest problems that you need to solve. And so time matters when you're faced with those problems. And I think for me, the difference was time. I didn't have to wait and think about, how should I ask this? Who are the right people? What are our tools that we have access to? Is it accurate? That's what I didn't have to do. So there was a whole lead up of time that I didn't have to spend there. And so instead, for me, it was quick access to that data, natural language search, asked a question. I mean, certainly there's like an overview of the product I needed to do, but I was getting really quick answers. And if there was something that was odd, right, I would ask my sales ops team, like, tell me a little bit more about this. And they were able to tell me where that data came from and why. Because of course, the back end is a lot of different data sources, and
Coming
that comes
into the
data warehouse, and then you got it. So for me, I mean, I think the simplest way to answer that question is just, it's a time saver. It's time that leaders do not have today, that they can't spend doing all of that manual work and back and forth work, and just letting them get to what's important, which is like, let's go solve this problem.
So again, for the audience there who is not going to be standing in the position you were when you first came in the chair because of your company and what you do, right? You're a data analytics AI company.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is, sort of by default, a lot of your critical data stream are going into a platform that then you as an executive can query and say, I need to know this, this, and this. And so that's your default posture, if you will. And I think what's interesting about that for companies who are like, well, that's not where we are right now. I would assert that what you are articulating is where every executive should want to sit, will be sitting in the future. That's going to be the default posture, right? You basically say, look, our data streams, which right now we have interesting data locked up in our CRM system and our marketing system and our whatever system, and it's all in there. And we got to have, again, some data analysts try to pull this together. That has got to all feed into a common platform. We got to put models around it that we can then query in a very natural way. That is the game changer. So another use case, for the audience is just, how are my marketing channels doing? Do I have, I'm, leveraging that from an engine that can give me insights on that. That's a huge step forward. So let me ask the question, how do you help? Because again, you're in I'll say a privileged position coming in because that infrastructure was there. How does ThoughtSpot help customers move forward and implement that type of capability? So, you kind of go in, just kind of walk me through that experience.
First of all, it's education. Hear AI, and there's now every customer out there, every prospect out there is putting AI into their budget now. Go buy some AI, right? That's the directive from higher up. It's a funny thing. So the first thing that we do and our marketing really focuses on is educating the market. Like, how should you and can you leverage AI in the world of analytics and in the world of data? And I gave an example of our company, which is a SaaS company. But I mean, I'm thinking of another one of our customers, which is a multinational retailer, health and beauty supply products, but they use it just to understand like retail and even, supply chain, right? Like, what's happening? Where am I getting stuck? And like, these are real business problems that come up. So the first step is, when you're in a company like ThoughtSpot that's kind of ahead of the market a little bit, ahead of the industry, which, I think you all know this very well in the positions you've been in, is it's about education. It's like, how can you think about using AI, not for a poem for your friend's birthday, but actually for use in your day-to-day life and make it easier. So education, thought leadership is a big part of what we do. When we're looking to implement, it's kind of the next level of education, which is like, all right, what are you using today? What are your data sources? Where are those feeding in? How can we kind of educate not only why it's important, but how you can actually bring that to life? What does your data team structure look like? And really kind of help them shape the way they operate a little differently. Because in a world with a solution like ThoughtSpot or AI business intelligence in general, your data analyst team may be a little different. They may not be behind the keyboard building all day. They're probably going to need to elevate to be more insight focused. And so maybe the skill set's different.